Playchime. Brooke was starting to get used to the not-so-strict way of life on a public railway. One morning, she was pushing some coaches into the big station. She saw some boys tossing a ball back and forth.
"They look like they're having fun,"
she remarked. She waited and watched the boys play until Henry took the coaches, full of passengers, away. Then she went back to work. She soon returned with a rake of wagons for the goods platform. It was the milk tankers. Eunice was to take them off the island, to the other railway. Eunice watched sadly as Brooke brought her favourite wagons to be taken away for good. Brooke said nothing and went about her duties. It wasn't long before she was bringing more coaches to the station. She could see one of the boys with their ball standing on the footbridge. As Brooke passed under the bridge, the boy tossed the ball down to her. It got caught in her exhaust as she puffed into the station. The boy began to count.
1, 2, 3.
Brooke grinned as she dragged the coaches into the station, the ball bouncing up and down with every puff of smoke and steam shooting from her funnel. Soon Tamara, the brake coach, joined in the counting.
4, 5, 6.
Soon Brooke saw the other two boys standing at the end of the platform. As she stopped short of the buffer stops, the ball dropped from her exhaust and was caught by one of the boys.
20 times,
he announced. Brooke was delighted.
"I'm supposed to collect the express at 6 o'clock.
Sure enough, when Gordon brought the express to the big station and went to the sidings for a rest, Brooke arrived to take the coaches away, and there was one of the boys standing on the footbridge with the ball. He dropped it down to Brooke's funnel and began counting. Brooke wasn't carrying anything, but she deliberately dawdled as she made her way to the end of the platform. She wanted to break the previous record. She reached the buffer stops. The ball dropped and was caught by one of the boys.
25,
he announced. Brooke blew a triumphant note on her whistle. Congratulations, I said. Brooke wasn't smiling anymore. Eunice had seen everything the first time Brooke had played ball with the boys, so of course, I heard all about it when the express's return trip stopped at the work station. Engines don't play ball, Brooke, I said sternly. You must concentrate on your work, or you might have an accident. I had a word with the boys as well. If you want to play ball in a train station, do it in the waiting room. The boys nodded meekly and shuffled off into the station building. I did likewise, leaving Brooke to fume.
"Just when I was starting to have fun on this railway,"
she grumbled as she took the express coaches away. She began to bump the coaches as she brought them to the sidings.
"I say,"
exclaimed Warrington.
"steady on."
Brooke took no notice. She grew crosser and crosser as she fetched some coaches for the last train of the day.
"Watch it,"
cried Jicky as she chivied the coaches out of the sidings.
"You're going to push us off the rails."
He was almost right. As Brooke entered the station throat, she gave a jerk, hit a rough set of point work, and her wheels came off the rails. She hit the edge of the platform. Paving slabs shot across the station like bullets. People scattered like cockroaches. The coaches dragged Brooke along the platform. More slabs whizzed through the air. One hit a window, one hit a pillar, one hit a bench, and one hit Eunice's smoke deflector. At last Brooke and the coach's momentum slowed and they ground to a halt. Fortunately, it was late in the evening, and the station wasn't as crowded. I stepped out of my office carrying a chunk of slab that had shattered my window. "Well, Brooke," I said to the red-faced grey engine, "I know you're upset at being forbidden to play ball, but playing frisbee is hardly a good alternative."